DJ Baker is serving it to you raw and uncut.
Open your mouth, give you a taste.
Welcome back, everyone, to Raw and Uncut right here on We Are You Radio, the RZA Pride. It's time for the Pynk Mafia courtroom. All rise. Time for us to go over the case of Azealia Banks versus SZA and RZA. I love the fact that it's SZA and RZA. You know what I mean? I think that's cute. The SZA and the RZA. The SZA and the RZA. Let's get into it. So Azealia Banks is calling out SZA for collaborating with Wu-Tang. SZA basically, SZA for working with RZA. Okay. Oh boy. What is neither one of these people's real names? I don't care. Let's just go with the SZA and the RZA. The SZA and the RZA. Let's go to what Azealia Banks said. This is her statement. She says, SZA is such an ugly person for having RZA on her album after asking me to be on it. Me politely and honestly declining after news of him trying to pimp me out to Russell Crowe broke. That was a really huge slap in the face and truest sign of a BS, or is that sign of a BTCIH who will always be ugly. He goes on to say, sis can get all the procedures in the world. She's always going to be insecure, fat Muslim girl from New Jersey with a big chin and a gay husband. Oh, well, that's nasty. Hold on one second. I didn't know this as it was. Is this a Muslim? Did you know that? I didn't know that. Could you look that up quickly? Go to her Wikipedia. Go to her Wikipedia. Yeah, SZA Wiki. Thank you. I didn't know that. Did you know that? It's pronounced SZA, as it says. SZA. Sizzy. It doesn't say anything about that, though. I gotta go to her early life and education. All right, well, it is what it is. I mean, if she is. I mean, not. Yeah, from New Jersey. She is from New Jersey. Well, shout out to that. Oh, that's her original name. Is Solana Imaniro. Well, shout out to SZA. I like that. Yeah, it's her Christian mother and a Muslim who's her father's Muslim. Well, look at that. She's from an interfaith relationship. Well, that makes SZA all the sexier. Well, shout out to you, SZA. I didn't know that. Something I knew I learn every day. You know, she's been on the weekly top 40 before. I didn't know that. You know what I'm saying? She says that even in her Wikipedia, it says Roe formed her stage name from the Supreme Alphabet, taking influences from RZA of the Wu-Tang Clan. Of course she's going to have RZA on the... You know what? The last two letters of her name stand for zigzag and Allah. Z-A. Allah. Love that. And while the S stands for savor or sovereign. You know what? I didn't know all this about SZA. Thank God for Azealia Banks with her nastiness propped up something positive. Well, there you go. See, shout out to SZA. Can we give her a bucket of edibles? Thank you. Now RZA, I looked up. I actually did a research on this. You know, because she's claiming that RZA sold her to basically to Russell Crowe. Like, you know. And I would say that this normally, you know, would be something funny and stuff, but it's really not if this is really happening. I did look for an arrest record for RZA. There really is none, you know, in the same when it comes to, you know, sexual assault or anything of that nature. But he didn't sexually assault her. What he did was he was pimping her too. Now, RZA's denied that, and so has Russell Crowe. They both are calling Azealia Banks crazy. I don't like calling women crazy who may be acting out in this way. There's a reason why she's acting this way. I see people in the comments, why is she doesn't have friends? She's just like Nicki. She's da-da-da-da. But if y'all understand what Nikki's been through, you understand what her situation is, then why can't you apply that same empathy to Azealia Banks? You know what I'm saying? The simpleness of how people react to being muffled, or always the sex before any type of a reward. Like, it's the prerequisite of sex by men in a business, that if they just want to do business, let's do business. But why does it have to be always you grabbing me, touching me, fingering me, trying to F me, trying to slut me out? Like, come on. Like, can I just get into the booth, rap, and us make money? And sometimes, it's like, specifically someone as talented as Azealia Banks, was she always like this? I don't remember her always being this angry. I don't remember what she was before 212. After 212, and then things started happening to her. Like, she started making it up in the ranks. What happened? They started to slut her out. Let's face it. Now, whether they did, and this is the ramifications of her saying, I don't want it anymore, and the idea that I still want to be an artist, I still want to perform, I still want to reach my fans, but you can't because you haven't given it up anymore, or you stopped giving it up, or you stopped being a pimp, being pimped. You understand what I'm saying? Because she reacts that way to being pimped, because she reacted by getting this way, by getting spit in the face by Russell Crowe. If that is true, no one ever thinks that maybe this might be true, right? No one ever thinks that she might have been spit on, right? No one ever asks that RZA could have went up to Russell Crowe and said, "Yo, my girl, she'll give you a little something. I'm sure she'll like you," and she saw that as being pimped. You know what I'm saying? Because you're talking about me and him getting together without me being there. And then he's under the impression that I'm about to give it up. I don't know what you said to him that makes you think that. So why is she crazy for that? Why is she crazy for reacting in this way? So I'm not quick to just judge on the side of SZA and RZA here. I understand why these two work together. They have a symbiotic relationship. I don't think Azealia Banks is looking at that. So I think that's the issue. Azealia Banks is just looking from a victim's point of view, where I've been through something that I'm telling you this man did to me, and I don't want you to work with him because he did this to me. And you want other women to participate in the punishment of this man because they hurt you. And so that's where we're at with this. And to be honest with you, I'm calling this a draw on this one. I'm in the middle with this, unless there's someone that can tell me anything different, right? I just don't know. I mean, this happened in Beverly Hills. She goes on to say, cursed with lifetime supply of fresh out of the whatever her mouth for eternal. And it just seems like she's lashing out. And when people lash out in this way, there's something going on. And I know that, we like to make fun of her and say that she's never, the way she acts. I get it, and I agree with you guys, but I also realize that it's coming from somewhere, specifically when we're looking at the things that are going on in this Diddy case. If we think it's just Diddy, then we've got another thing coming. There's other situations and other people that are doing the same thing because it's an industry standard. It's a standard to behave this way. This is the standard. There was no other way that this business used to run. There's things that are happening that are changing. That doesn't mean it's all gone. It's still happening. And so shout out to Azealia Banks. I'm with you on this one, on the sense that you have the right to do that. You just didn't like to be so nasty. I think we can find a different way to express your anger, but we understand your anger for SZA and RZA, because it is what it is. It happened. Something happened. And SZA, there's nothing wrong with you working with someone who's a close friend and a mentor to you. You know what I'm saying? He was good to you. So there we go. All right. That's pretty much down the middle, isn't it? I think I delivered some tough justice there. All right, download the Real You Radio, everyone. That way you don't miss a thing. Shout out to the Pynk Mafia Court. You know what I'm saying? Check out full episodes of Raw and Uncut Monday through Friday, 7 to 11, live streaming on Real You Radio. Or hit the link in the bio to download the Real You Radio app. Comment, subscribe, and thanks for listening to Raw and Uncut on Real You Radio, the urban sound of pride.